So disinformation is definitely continuing to be one of the aspects that we're going to see in the States as well. But the second is those subtle connections with politicians that worry me the most. And the Russians have been doing that in Europe for decades. And
Mm,
it's very hard to track because some countries don't require transparency with regards to political funding for parties or individuals.
mm,
And we have examples in Montenegro, in Serbia, in Bulgaria, in France. Even Le Pen was sponsored by the Russians. The Le Front National was sponsored by the Russians,
mm,
and they still have serious ties with the Russian government. So, and recently there was another campaign in the Czech Republic. There was this media outlet that turned out to be run by an Ukrainian oligarch who is very close to the Putin family. I believe Putin is the godfather of his daughter or one of his daughters, and he had this media supposedly to provide a platform for the right wing movements in or right wing political parties in Europe. But it turned out that he not only provided them an outlet for them to express their opinion, he was also financially sponsoring a number of politicians in the UK, Germany, France for that outlet. And that campaign, I believe it was called the Voice of Europe campaign was the type of the
mm,
website that they were using, and then this was called the Voice of Europe campaign, through which they tracked, and by they I mean law enforcement services in different European countries
mm,
track the financing from Russia to the local politicians, and the goal was to influence the parties and the elections in those countries, but also to influence the EU elections. So I would say that that worries me with regards to the United States, where our politicians are getting their funding from, how exactly those connections with Russia work.